In the beginning of November, end of October, I was fortunate enough to visit Walt Disney World Resort with my family, my wife's and mine, for 2 weeks, which is way more than I will ever think I need again. So let's take a trip back to that trip and explore the food, resorts, parks, and rides in this Walt's World. So out of all the Walt Disney World parks, Disney's Animal Kingdom is the park I've visited the least, with my first visit coming in December of 2004. It wasn't until I met my wife and took her for the first time in 2018 that I really started to appreciate this park for everything it was. Also by that time, it had really grown into its own. We originally planned on going to the park on a Saturday of our trip, but Fantasmic's return had us switching park days. We ended up going before the rest of our group as they needed to take care of some stuff. We ended up getting there shortly after opening and hit up Donald's Dino Bash in Dinoland, USA. This special meet and greet with Donald, Daisy, and Chippendale in their dinosaur bests. Because, dinosaurs have more in common with birds than reptiles. Thanks, Dr. Grant.
Well, maybe dinosaurs have more in common with present-day birds than they do with reptiles.
Wrong park. We'll get there eventually. In this time, we also went for a primeval whirl. Well, not that one. The Triceratops spin. A simple but fun spinner ride. Eventually, we all met up and hit Dinosaur. This dark ride simulator hybrid using the Advanced Motion Vehicle, or EMV, you join Dr. Seeker in an unauthorized trip to bring back an iguanodon. However, this trip sends you to just moments before the asteroid hits Earth and makes the dinosaurs go extinct. You end up getting chased by a Carnotaurus and narrowly escape. This is a very fun and can be scary ride. However, in its current state, it did disappoint me. The whole Toro animatronic didn't work in the one scene, and so did some other effects throughout the ride. As we know from D23 in 2022, Disney doesn't know exactly what they want to do with this land and ride. I personally don't want to see this land go the way of the dino. I would rather see a good refurb of the area and a new e-ticket taken straight from the original plans of the land. The Excavator was a planned wooden roller coaster for Dinoland during its opening, going in and out of caves of a dinosaur excavation site. Let's have RMC, or hell, it can be in a Vekoma at this point, make this in the old primeval whirl spot, and a cave with some sort of find a live dinosaur, or the cave collapse, or maybe someone made the skeleton come to life with some robotics. Who knows? I'm getting off topic here, so let's get back to my dad Animal Kingdom and not me armchair Imagineering. After Dinoland, we wanted to cool off. We headed for Asia and the Kali River Rapids, a circular rapids ride through the jungles, only to find deforestation by a logging company. I had never done this ride until this day. It was fun, and you definitely get soaked, but I found it rather short and lacking for a Disney ride. It left me disappointed and wanting something more from it. From there, it was time to go to the busiest ride in the park, Avatar: Flight of Passage. After having a small meltdown due to not being tall enough to ride, and fixing that with some ice cream, the ones who could headed for the ride. It has you link with an avatar to join the Na'vi Rite of Passage, riding on the back of an Ikran or Banshee. Think of this as the next generation of Soarin's ride system. This is a ride that leaves me stunned. As much as I want to see how it all works while riding, I can't look away. I stay with the story and the ride. This is the Avatar ride you want to ride. One would have thought by now, though, that Disney would have added another theater like they did to Soarin' to help the lines in capacity. Maybe one day. Next, we ended up sitting down for some lunch that we made at the hotel. Sandwiches, an easy way to save a few bucks, especially with how long this trip was. From there, it was time to go on the park's headliner attraction, Kilimanjaro Safaris. It's exactly what the name implies, a safari ride through animal habitats on the Harambe Preserve. Everyone in our group always enjoys this experience, the little ones especially. It's the closest most of us will ever get to visiting a real animal preserve. And once you're off, there's a whole discovery trail with more habitats on the preserve, so we did that as well. From Africa, you can also take the Wildlife Express train to Rafiki's Planet Watch. This is a behind-the-scenes area where you can see the veterinary facilities as well as the Affection Station petting zoo. They also do the Animation Academy back here. To me, anytime you can go behind the scenes, this is a win for me. It's neat to see how these places work and operate. I highly recommend taking the extra time to come visit this part of the park. It's a hidden gem. It's also kind of quiet and chill. At least it was on our visit. Disney is known for its spectacular live shows, and Animal Kingdom, in my opinion, has one of its best, the Festival of the Lion King, a celebration of the circle of life with all of the characters and hit songs from the movie, featuring aerial acrobatics, fire breathers, dancers, and so much more. I'm not huge for seeing shows. I like them, but when I go to a park, I'm there to go ride the rides and coasters. It's in the name of the channel, people. But this is one show that I absolutely plan on stopping and seeing at some point during our day, anytime we visit. This is legit a must-do when visiting Disney's Animal Kingdom. We ended our day by visiting Mickey and Minnie in their safari outfits, and then did some shopping and picked up dinner from the Flame Tree Barbecue to eat back at All-Star Sports. While the food wasn't too bad, with eating it after getting back to the hotel, I guess I got it hyped in my head from everything I had read and heard. I was expecting a little bit more, and maybe even a slightly bigger portion. Overall, we had a very enjoyable day at Animal Kingdom, and by the time we were done, I was so over walking and pushing a stroller that I was happy that the next day was chill, which is why some of this video footage looks so shaky. While personally, I did want to get on Expedition Everest. Timing didn't allow for it. I've been on it before, my last ride in 2019, and it is one of my top 3 Walt Disney World coasters for sure. There's always next time. It's honestly the main reason I go to this park. But as I continue to visit, I find myself liking this park more and more. The theming, the beautiful landscapes and waterways, thrilling rides, and fantastic atmosphere. This is Joe Rohde, the Imagineer who designed and was the lead for this park. This is his magnum opus. This is a must-do on any Walt Disney World trip. A lot of people like to skip this park. Other half of my family did. They went to Hollywood Studios for the day, and they enjoyed it. But I think, in my opinion, you have to at least visit Animal Kingdom once. And go back a couple of times, because it keeps adding things and changing. But that's going to do it for this video. If you like what you've seen, give us a like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the parks.